So today, let me start with a question. Have you ever watched someone pick up a new skill in minutes? Why do you feel like you're drowning in confusion? Well, I have. Or maybe you're the opposite. You understand complex ideas instantly, but then you struggle with the things that everyone seems to find easy. We grew up believing that learning is a simple equation. You sit down, you concentrate, you take notes, and then you understand. But in real life, we know that is not always true. Some people can't learn sitting still. Some people can't learn unless they talk. Some people only learn by doing. And some people need to feel something before it sticks. Yet, most of us were taught as if one method should work for everyone, right? Welcome to today's episode of A More Excellent You. Are you new here? A big welcome to you. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification button. Today's episode is part of a 3-part series on learning how you learn. And today's episode is so foundational because it explains why learning has felt easy at some times and some moments in your life and almost impossible at others. So today we're doing something that school never did for you. We're uncovering your learning DNA. That unique wiring that determines how you learn best. By the end of this video, you will understand your own brain better. You will finally stop blaming yourself for methods that were never designed for you. So let's dive in. Here's the truth that most systems ignore. Your brain did not just form in a vacuum. Your learning patterns were shaped by your childhood experiences, your childhood environment, the languages you heard growing up, the hobbies that you had, the teachers that you had, some of them who made you feel safe, some of them who made you feel small, the skills you practiced repeatedly, the things that scared you, the things that excited you. All of these come together to become the architecture of your mind. So learning is not a one-size-fits-all. Trying to force everyone to learn the same way is like giving everyone the same shoes and expecting them to run at the same speed. If the shoes don't fit, the problem is not the learner. The problem is a mismatch with the shoes. So the issue isn't you. Your brain is not broken. Your brain is unique. And once you understand this, learning stops being a fight and starts becoming a system. So, what are the components of your learning DNA? Your learning DNA has 3 main components. And as we go through them, you start to recognize yourself. Today, we'll mainly focus on the first component because that is where most of the frustration comes from. So today, let's talk about your cognitive channel. Your cognitive channel is the way your brain naturally prefers to receive information. This doesn't mean that you can't learn through other ways. It just simply means that through this channel, receiving information feels lighter, feels faster, feels more natural, and more intuitive. So let's break it down. We have the visual learners, and if you're a visual learner, you learn by seeing. You remember images more than words. Diagrams, charts, colors, mind maps, they make things click instantly for you. When someone explains something verbally and you're confused, you're probably thinking, can we draw it? Can I get a picture? And once you see it as a picture or a structure, the whole idea suddenly makes sense. Then we also have the verbal or auditory learners. If you're a verbal learner, you learn by listening, by speaking, by asking questions. Talking is how you think. You might not fully understand something until you explain it loud, and suddenly, mid sentence, aha, clarity appears. You're the person that says, let me talk this through. Lectures, discussions, voice notes, and teaching others is a powerful tool for you. We also have the read and write learners. If this is you, writing is not just recording, it's processing. You learn by writing things down. Sometimes even typing can help. The act of putting words on paper causes clarity in your thinking. You might rewrite your notes multiple times, not because you're slow, but because that repetition through writing cements your understanding. So, reading, journaling, structured notes, this is where your brain feels at home. Then we have the kinesthetic learners. They learn by doing. You need movement, hands-on practice, real-world application. You might have struggled sitting still in school if this was you. And this was not because you lacked focus, but because your brain learns through action. You just needed some action. You understand things once you try them. And once you touch them, once you experience it, it becomes clear. Now, here's something crucial. Most people are not just one type. You're likely a hybrid, a visual and kinesthetic together, a verbal and written together, or some other combination. So, what I would do and what I would advise you to do is to think through these types of learners and rank them from most likely to be me to least likely to be me. This will help you identify your strongest and your weakest learning channel. Many times, the problem is that you were often taught through your weakest learning channel rather than your strongest. So, once you realize that, it begins to make sense. Learning stops becoming a personal failure and it starts becoming a strategic adjustment. When you fight your learning DNA, everything feels heavy. But when you work with it, learning accelerates. If learning has ever made you feel slow, feel behind, or inadequate, your learning channel could very likely have been mismatched. Your brain has a design, and excellence begins when you honor that design. I trust that today's episode has been very helpful to you. Remember to like, remember to share to help others see this video. Until next time, see you.